You're keeping me on. Yeah, I'm strapped in, stuck in a song. You can't turn off. Like a merry-go-round, my head is spinning. I see you rapping about, I'm sure as hell not. 'Cause in my mind we're smiling on the dance floor, late night skinny dipping like we're on a roll ride. Yeah, but we're stoned 'cause we're so young. We're in your car singing crazy to the radio. I remember it like time's been frozen still. Oh, had no words, no. We were so young. Now you're long gone.
You are watching JJ's Lifted Horizons.
Has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul,
Same old face, but new content.
status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to,
You're either going to cry, laugh, smile, or learn.
passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I,
That's because JJ's lifting the world.
oh, that heartbeat. We could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between.
One video at a time. I'm G Money, and I support this channel.
It's Sunday, so it is time for JJ's Lifted Horizons Sunday Night Hangout. Thank you, everybody, for coming in today. We've got my dad, and we've got Droning Veteran and Cheesehead Media. And if you're driving home tonight and you're listening to the program, thank you very much for coming in tonight. We have an interesting show lined up for you, so definitely stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss it. Before we get into that, our book is out there. It's 1 Mile at a Time. You can buy it now. Paperback is $9.99, or the ebook is $5.99. And if you did buy the book already, go give us a 5-star rating on Amazon. That 5-star rating will push the book out in the algorithm, so go help us out and get us a 5-star rating on Amazon. And if you want to join the 1 Mile at a Time community over on Facebook, there is the link. And you can also just go to the page that looks something like this, and you can join our 1 Mile at a Time community. It is a community where you can go and find support in times that you feel like you need it. We have our Amazon links. Right now, Amazon's got their Cyber Monday or whatever going on. Go use some of my Amazon links. Just email me, Jason at jjdrones360.com, if you have a link that you want turned over. And our Spreadshirt shop is where you can get the best merch on the internet. It's jjsliftedhorizons.myspreadshop.com. And thanks to all of you, we donated $4,437 to Wreaths Across America. That is 313 wreaths. And if you would like to submit a video to Blinker Flu of the Week, email Dan droningveteran at gmail.com. That's droningveteran at gmail.com. Thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight. It's going to be a fun show. We've got Mark backstage, and he's been gracious enough to give us his time tonight. And thank you, Jim, for coming in, and thank you, Jen, for being here, and everybody else that has come in tonight. Thank you all so much. I think that you're really going to be impressed by our guests tonight. But first, let's bring in our panel for this evening. You know him, you love him. He is the cheesiest of cheeseheads. Welcome, Brian from Cheesehead Media. And if it wasn't for the Red Roof Inn, he'd be sitting in his van right now, I think. Let's just bring in Gary. Actually, I'm changing you from Gary to the Blinker for the Week dancer. Blinker for the Week dancer. So, he's got like 3 brain cells left, and we're going to try and analyze them today. Let's welcome Paul. Yes, Gary.
4 brain cells in an orange cat, so.
Yes, Gary.
I was praying you weren't introducing the doctor. I was like, oh man, it's not a good start. That's not a good start.
No. And he's never met a bottle of booze that he didn't want to walk out the store with. Let's welcome in the drinking veteran.
Yeah.
Not winter fluid time yet, Chef. What's up,
and our guest of the hour, Mark is President Chief Health Officer at Project 61 and former founder of OShift and Supply Chain Fitness with over a decade of experience treating logistics professionals and designing industry optimized wellness programs. Mark now leads the movement to improve the health, longevity, and performance of professional drivers. He holds a Doctor of Physical Therapy from Maryville University and is widely recognized for transforming mobile work wellness in trucking and supply chain sectors. Let's welcome Mark Manera to the show.
You make me sound way fancier than I am. I appreciate it. And you know what? Depending on the day, my wife might say I only have 3 brain cells. So it's okay.
You're not alone, Paul. You're not alone.
There you go. I'm not.
Go ahead, Gary.
Tell you what.
I was going to say, Dr. Mark, I think Paul's your brother.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got to take some.
Well, Paul, before you take anything, let's just thank our unofficial sponsor of the JJ's Lifted Horizons program, and that would be the Johnson Juice.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Droning Veteran. And guess what? It is dinner time at the Droning Veteran House, and tonight we are having breakfast for dinner. And there is no breakfast for dinner without Johnson Juice. Oh yeah, buddy. Fresh cup coming in. Now, let's get it on everything, because Johnson Juice goes with everything. Oh yeah, buddy. I know you're jealous.
Thick and sweet from the Upper Peninsula, can't beat me. Pancakes, waffles, biscuits too. Nothing tastes better off thanks to you.
Hashtag delicious.
Tastes better off thanks to you.
Thank you, Johnson Juice.
I wish I had a camera on my wife when she was filming that.
You see, go ahead, Gary.
I still can't get over that marijuana centerpiece that he has on his table. That's the funniest thing.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
And now to get into, before we get into the topic of the night, let's get into this week's Blinker Flu of the Week. What flavor do you want for this week, Dan? Because I think it should be your cream cheese that you just made.
Oh yeah, Monorail Jack.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Steak seasoning.
Oh yeah.
Smoked cream cheese. It's delicious.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is the most searched series on YouTube. Just don't ask for anyone. And our Blinker Fool of the Week dancer.
Yeah, boy.
Always keep your head on.
Keep on me.
We have red light runners. We have those crazy drivers. Every now and then we even have crashes. So buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Blinker fluid of the week.
And here's the winner of this week's Blinker Fool. Oh, I mean, here's number 1.
He did it again.
I just said number 1. I'm sorry.
No, no.
Wait, let me get my evil eye.
Yeah, gotta do it in front of the truck. Oh, what? Oh, love this guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this guy's great.
That's what you call get out and look, right? Goal.
Yep, goal. Get
I
out
want to
and
go that way. I can't see you with the sunshine. Can you stick your hand out the window when I got enough space? I can peel.
Hashtag I can peel.
You can peel.
Is that a minivan that he's going to peel out of?
Yeah.
That's a minivan. Yes.
Making sure.
Hit it, baby.
Hit it.
Come on. Go. Oh, he did it. Nice.
Here's number 2. Don't forget to vote for your favorite in the chat.
You're coming in a close second right there.
Yes, that is definitely a close second. But they can't peel like that guy can. Here's number 3. Oh, that's genius.
Smart one right there.
Yeah, that's genius right there.
Look at all that space.
And here's number 4.
I still wanted to stop because everybody knows what he's doing and what he did.
Say that again, Dan.
I said I still wanted to stop, but then I would have been the blinker fluid.
And here's number 5. Is he going to throw up? Oh, no. Never mind. I just wasn't sure if we were going to do the throw up thing again.
Oh yeah, that would. I gotta get another one of those.
Yeah, you do.
In a minute.
And number 6.
The most efficient intersection ever. Hashtag not.
Oh, dang it.
He had a pink light.
He did have a pink light. So thank you, Dan. That is your Blinker Fool of the Week. Vote for your favorites 1 through 6 in the chat. And we will give you the winner at the end of the program. But this is not a hard one because number 1 clearly is the winner.
Yeah.
Yes, Gary.
I have to make a personal statement. I really
Yes, sir.
hate when you sway the audience, but I have to concur. Number 1 is the winner.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I don't think you've seen that competition.
Right.
I think
Hashtag I can peel.
has to be that guy. I think you need to get the old guy on the podcast. next week.
Hey, you know what? If If I could find that guy, I would definitely have him on, because I think that man should win Blinker Fluid of the Year. That's just hashtag I can peel.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Got to catch him first, though.
We need to make a sticker like that.
Exactly.
Hey, if we did that, made a sticker, hashtag I can feel with his face on it. might
Oh,
find it.
absolutely. Absolutely. That, say no more. That is going to be, we're going to be working on that in the merch department,
Right.
because that needs to be a thing.
I like how the dude walked up to the truck driver. I'm going to leave him nameless, but he had his back to the traffic that was almost ran him over. Nobody
Right.
noticed that. Nobody noticed that. I'm like, oh Lordy.
I was scared to death for the guy, because I was like, there's all this traffic that's running by me, and he just comes right up to my window, and he doesn't figure anybody's going to hit him for any reason whatsoever. So yeah, that was it was very unnerving for me. So yeah, I completely concur.
Well, and JJ, if you ever like get out of trucking, crosswalk guard, you have the next job. You have the next
Go ahead, Danny.
Dr. Mark, we called them hall monitors, and when I went to elementary school, you made sure nobody skipped the step and stuff like that.
I love it.
That's classic.
You had schools back in your day?
Don't start with me, bro. Don't start with me.
He
So
started them.
well, what we are here to talk about today, folks, is Project 61. And I'm bringing Mark up here because I got to meet Mark at a conference that was hosted by the Wisconsin Motor Carriers Association. And number one, I was actually directed to try and find Mark when I was down in Florida at the NPTC conference. After I did my speech down there, they were like, "You really need to get in touch with Mark. He's doing some fantastic work with physical health in trucking. So if we could kind of join forces, if we could get the mental health and the physical health part of trucking combined, that it would be a huge benefit to the industry." So, Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about Project 61 and what it's all about?
Yeah, well, so first off, thank you so much for having me on. I always love talking about drivers' health. Always love. I really enjoyed our time at the conference together and getting to know you, and excited about what we can do together in the future. Because I think what you just said there of combining the physical and mental health is key. We are all humans and we're all complex people, and you can't just focus on the mental health. And you can't just focus on the physical health. You got to focus on the whole person. And so Project 61 is a nonprofit in the trucking industry. And the significance of the name Project 61 and that number is what you can see on the screen here, is the average life expectancy of a truck driver is 61 years old. And that's messed up. And I just think that's something that I just truly deep down in my heart and soul don't think anyone's career should define their health. And as I was, my background is not in trucking, my background's in healthcare, and I'm a physical therapist by trade, and got into the trucking industry when a bunch of truck drivers walked into the clinic that I was working at. And it was kind of the first time I saw what 20, 30 years behind the wheel can do to someone's health if it's not made a priority. And it threw me down this rabbit hole, and really, like, I'm a little bit of a research nerd, so I was digging into the health of drivers, and seeing the amounts of obesity and diabetes and other chronic conditions, and some of the mental health problems that come with having a CDL, and especially as you get further and further down the spectrum of over the road drivers versus maybe someone who is a daily, more daily or final mile driver. There's a lot of barriers that are unique to the lifestyle that make it really challenging for a driver to make their health a priority. And so went down this path, ended up at Project 61, and our whole goal is to try to give drivers a completely free driver-specific health program that meets them where they're at and helps them exercise, eat healthier, sleep better, and make lifestyle changes out on the road. And we give it all away completely for free. It's all funded through corporate partnerships who allow us to give the programs to trucking companies and drivers all across the country.
Now, what he's talking about, guys, if you're not familiar, and I'm sure most of you are not, but if you look on the screen right here on the right-hand side is kind of a photo of what the app looks like. And I've been using the app myself because of the 61-day challenge that we've been doing through Wisconsin Motor Carriers and Breakbush. They've actually kind of done a partnership thing where we're actually doing a challenge ourselves, which I'm pretty much at the bottom of the barrel on everything. But hey, I'm doing the thing.
You're doing it.
But
there you go.
But it actually will connect to like your smartwatch or your phone or whatever. If you have some sort of health app where you can count, or it'll keep track of your steps every day. And then it kind of gives you a goal to reach. Like last week, I think it was something as far as a win. Give yourself a win for the day. And I kind of thought that Mark was kind of honing in on me, and he's trying to use ESP and connect with me on that one. But there was another week where it was have a glass of water every day. And then there's exercises and stuff that you can do in your truck, all sorts of different things. So Mark, what brought you to think that using an app like this would get drivers to get into some sort of health regimen?
Well, I mean, from a Project 61 standpoint, is like our goal is we want to change the current trajectory of the 3.5 million truck drivers all across the country. And from a standpoint of if you're going to reach 3.5 million people who are driving all over the place and in Wisconsin one day and New Orleans the next day, and they're all all over the place and they're not in one physical location, you can't really just have a gym set up and say, hey, come into the gym and do this. In general, as I've gotten to know more and more drivers, a lot of drivers are not quote unquote gym people anyways, right? And so even if there was a gym available, it's just not a place that they feel comfortable in. And so for us, it was like, all right, let's understand the lifestyle drivers live, and then let's tailor a program and give them an app that they can just open up their phone, or we even have drivers who do it right on their in the tablet, right on their in their truck, their ELD system, and make it accessible where it's personalized, it's really easy to do, it's really time efficient and environment specific is what we say. So everything can be done in 5 or 10 minutes. And then we really just give bite-sized pieces, like you can see right here on the screen. We give a weekly nutrition habit. And for example, it's like eat 1 serving of protein at breakfast. Well, it doesn't matter where you're at in the country, you can add protein, and we can educate you on, hey, if you're at the truck stop, here's the best protein option. If you're at home and you're having breakfast for dinner, add some eggs to that plate when you're putting JJ sauce or juice in it as well. And, regardless of where you're at, we want to help drivers actually know, here's one small behavior change or lifestyle habit that they can add to. And once that becomes a part of their life, let's stack other ones on top of it. And what we found is that, it's really not a hand a driver a meal plan, say, hey, we're starting this massive diet and lifestyle change tomorrow. We're going to go in the pantry, throw everything away, and we're just going all in. And it's like this massive sprint. And what ends up happening, and it's like the culture within America as a whole, this is not trucking, this is America, is like these fad diets that, you end up going all out for 30 days and then you're back to square one, after it, or you don't make it. And then you subconsciously or even consciously have like these stacks of failed attempts to getting healthier. And it's like, talking about the mental health piece of it, the psychology of like you feeling like it's not even possible because you've tried in the past and you probably tried in a way that set you up to fail because you're trying to bite too much off, versus starting really small and then stacking it up over time and really like shifting your mindset to say, hey, I don't want to just do this for the next 30 days. I want to do this for the next 30 years of my life. And so if I had a hiccup, if I, enjoy some JJ sauce or pizza on Friday night, that's okay, because it's not that big of a deal in a span of 30 years. There you go. I love it.
You're looking a
so
little empty, Paul.
yeah. Well, Paul's muted. But
He's going America, America.
yes.
This is actually a black hat, and for some reason, it's like picking up green inside there for the green screen.
Yeah, that's crazy. So the biggest thing that I've kind of thought about when we were talking, and this is just coming from my own personal path, and that has been that when I was going through my divorce, when I was going through, and I was not even getting to the point where I was journaling or writing a book or doing anything like that, I didn't want to do anything. I just didn't want to do anything at all. And it wasn't due to the fact that I didn't have any help. It was just because I went into myself, and that's just where I stayed. And it was people like Brian, it was people like Paul, it was people like Dan that helped me get out of that slump and get to the point where I was trying to do things that were more positive for myself. So how do we, as two people trying to motivate people to do something when they get into that slump, how do we motivate those people to want to get out of that and do something more healthy for themselves?
Well, I think you hit on something that I've been thinking a lot about, which is the community piece. I think trucking as a whole is a very isolating lifestyle, and I think it can be really easy to, when you stop, go into the truck stop, come right back to your truck, and you just kind of stay isolated in there, and then you're disconnected from your family at times, or family and friends, and then it's really easy to just kind of live in your own bubble. And I think things like this is amazing, and I love that you have this community. And I think we should talk about, hey, how do we get this podcast out to everyone on Project 61 so they can have a community and feel like they're a part of everything that's going on here. But for us, that's the other piece of it, is like you talked about the group challenges. Right now, each company that we work with hundreds of companies across the country, and they all have a team within our app. And when they're doing step challenges or other health challenges throughout the year, you're competing with other people at your fleet. And then also, some of the trucking associations also have teams. And so we're trying to show drivers that they're not alone in this, and building that community and showing other drivers who are also on that same journey. But I think it's a challenge, and it's something that we definitely don't have all the answers to. So I'm very open to feedback or thoughts on how we make that possible and how we help more drivers.
Brian, you go ahead.
You're
after
muted.
you unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. This is really interesting. And just so you know, Mark, I just got done downloading the app. I come from a slightly different industry. I come from, I work in IT now, but I come from rail.
Cool.
And I think we have in that industry a similar issue in which, you sit in a locomotive if you're in train engine service for 12 hours at a time. And you don't, and then your days off, you're in a hotel. As you started going down this study and seeing, it led you to Project 61, have you seen other industries, whether it be rail, I'm thinking airlines with pilots, who are always at away terminals, and even friends of mine who are in law enforcement, firefighters, they also have a very ages in which they're passing away a lot younger than the general population. Have you seen is a lot of the of what you're talking about here can go across from industry to industry?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you definitely have, like, I think rail's a great example. I even think, like some, airlines and some of these other industries where they're especially on the move, right? And you're not stationary, and you're not like home every single night, and you've got this stable 9 to 5 structure. And I think as you go maybe even closer to like more blue collar industrial industries as a whole, there's a lot of overlap. From a Project 61 standpoint, we're trying to stay away and trying to stay focused. Shiny object syndrome is like a really big thing when you're trying to go after it. And so we've got a lot of truck drivers we're trying to help, and we're super early on in that process. And so that's been our main focus right now. And honestly, the focus has been really like over the road trucking initially, and we're getting into some more regional and local stuff as well.
Okay, go ahead, Gary.
I have a question for Dr. Mark. I'm trying to, I obviously haven't downloaded the app, so I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to comprehend everything intensely
Yeah.
here. But are are you presenting just a dietary regimen for people, or is there some type of physical fitness aspect to what you're presenting?
Physical fitness. So every day you kind of see the home screen. If you scroll back up, Jade, so every day there's a to-do list on the home screen, and they get a daily workout. So a couple times a week, it's more of a stretching routine. The rest of them are like body weight and resistance band exercises. We have that. We have available programs for inside the truck. That's our most popular program. Turns out drivers just don't want to be the one who's getting filmed at the truck stop, working out. And yeah, well, hey, you know what? I think we need to shift that culture, but I get it. And you want to just be in the privacy of your own truck. That's awesome. We also have outside of the truck. If it is a nice day outside and maybe you're in more privacy, or you do want to be an example to other drivers out there. And then we also have at home or in a hotel room. So we've got a bunch of drivers and bus drivers who do it, in their living room, and then also, in a hotel if they're staying at a hotel that night. And then on the nutrition side of things, we take a habit-based approach. I kind of talked about that, where we give one small habit every week, and then we stack them on top of it. And then on top of that, we have restaurant guides. We've got truck stop guides. Like any restaurant attached to a truck stop, we have a guide that shows you the healthiest option at that restaurant. And what I always say is, like, if you're trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, you probably shouldn't eat at a truck stop, right? You got to be like very, very regimented. But I've only, in the last 5 years of working with truck drivers, I've only met one guy who was like, seriously, like, I'm trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, or like, I'm trying to be a bodybuilder. The rest of them just want to lose 10, 15 pounds, have more energy, and like be there for their kids and grandkids, right? And you can do that anywhere you stop. And I always say, if you go to a truck stop or you go even to a McDonald's, and every day you make the healthiest decision at the place that's in front of you, after 30, 40 years of your career, you're looking at two different people. The person who went and got the Big Mac, extra large fries and large Coke, versus the healthiest option wherever they went.
Go ahead, Gary.
I have another question for Dr. Mark. In your studies, what do you feel, I'm trying to phrase this delicately, what do you feel is the biggest detriment to truck drivers? Like, could it be like alcoholism or drug abuse or something like that? I'm not trying to stereotype, but
it's not stereotypes, right? There's population health data, right? And it's just talking about the health rate. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there was actually a study done. The study that was talking about and that found the life expectancy of 61 years old of a truck driver, and the rates, the biggest health conditions were diabetes, obesity, heart disease, which can also be a trickle down of the obesity, and then smoking and lung cancer. Those were kind of the three big things. And our focus is, obviously we want to help drivers, if they are, if they're motivated to stop smoking or stop, drinking excessive amounts of alcohol, that's amazing. And like, I think that's a huge step in the right direction for your health. But our whole focus from a program standpoint is around helping them lose weight, manage their diabetes, A1C levels, and manage their blood pressure through, helping them be more physically active and eat healthier and sleep better and stress management, that kind of stuff. But kind of also on your point of just like from a lifestyle standpoint, the biggest thing that I see a lot of times is the lack of time and the lack of mental bandwidth. You get done driving, like I get done driving 5 or 6 hours on a one-off road trip I do, and the last thing I want to do is eat a salad and go for a run. You know what I'm saying? I want to veg out. I want to eat a burger, and I want to watch Netflix because I'm just drained. And I can't, like, I've never been a CD. I don't have a CDL myself, right? I'll be very upfront on it, and that's why conversations like this are really important to me. And I will be the first to tell you that I don't have all the answers, and I got to talk to a lot of drivers. And I spent the first couple of years in trucking, doing ride-alongs, hanging out at truck stops, and getting to know drivers on a really personal level, because that's what it took for me to really be able to come in and help. But yeah, I really think that mental piece of it, from just like having the energy and the bandwidth to say, okay, I'm going to go do this. And then also a game plan of, here's how I'm going to fit it into my life, because you can't really say, I'm not going to drive 11 hours today. Like that's how you keep, a roof over your family's head and you put food on their table. Right. And so it's really like, how do we work with the current, schedule and daily life of a driver, and how do we find those 5-10 minute periods where we can kind of insert healthier behaviors and do it in any environment you find yourself in?
So I do have a question from the chat.
Awesome.
And the question is, what about make at home meals? The way that I do things is I make all of my meals ahead of time, and then I have a refrigerator that I keep all of my food in, and then just microwave it, so I don't have to depend on the truck stops at all. So is there some, do you guys put in the app, and I guess I didn't look deep enough into it, but do you guys put like things that you can make from home that would be healthier for in the truck? I know that from the person that came and talked to Breakbush, that you guys basically threw them in the truck stops and said, try and find the healthiest foods that you can find. And Mark, come on, that wasn't nice.
Well, I mean, you got people who are trying to work in the truck. We want to have coaches as in the trucking industry. They need to know, and they need to go experience it themselves, right? And so, we with all of our coaches that we hired, the first task that they did before they even came on and worked with the driver was go hang out at the truck stop and go look at all the options and talk to a couple of drivers, and also buy them a protein bar or something to say thank you for driving a truck. But off of your point is, yes, we've got tons of recipes within our app that you can go and make and then freeze or store in your truck in the refrigerator. I think that's an amazing option. I don't know, you all would know this better. I think a lot of drivers can do that, at least to a certain extent. There are some drivers who, live full time in the truck, and that's maybe not as possible. But what I can also tell you is 5 years ago, when I got into the trucking industry, one of the first places I got pointed to was trucking Facebook groups. And one of the ones that I loved was the cool culture of cooking in a semi truck. And there are some like legit chefs out there that take it very seriously and make way better food than I could ever cook in my full kitchen, just right in the back of a semi truck. So, the world's your oyster. Is as creative as you can get it. And, you can cook at home or even in your truck or outside of your truck as well.
So the one thing that I was going to offer, and I know that Breakbush, I'd have to get this, approved through them. But if you want to do a ride along with me one of these times, you are more than welcome to do so. I mean, I'm sure Norleen wouldn't have a problem with it, other than the fact that we'd probably have too good of a time, and your wife would probably get mad at me. But
do you drive through St. Louis ever?
Oh, I do California and back. That's my role. But we could definitely figure something out.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about that. That'd be fun.
And then if you want a real truck, you can come over to Dallas over here. And
Go ahead, Gary. All
right. So, ironically, before Dr. Mark mentioned the ride-along thing, I was going to ask him or challenge him, whatever pertains, most likely. When he did a ride-along, was it just for a day or a shift, or have you been out in the truck for a week? That's my challenge if you haven't done that.
I haven't for a week. And I have not, I haven't stayed in the truck. The driver that I did a ride along with was a single bunk, and I didn't want to spoon with him, to be honest. But yes, I've done multiple days piece of it. And so that is something I think would be really, it'd be really eye-opening for me to go out for a week, and I will take that challenge and run with it.
I definitely think that I definitely agree that you should try it for a week, because doing it for a day or two, I mean, that's a step above what other people will actually do. The they'll do it for an hour or two and then say that they did a study on trucking. I mean, it happens at the FMCSA year in and year out. But somebody that's willing to do a day, that's fantastic. But if you're able to go through an entire week, day in, day out, doing the same routine every day, sitting in the truck stops, and the great thing about what I do on my end, that I could incorporate right along with you, is that we can film a lot of this, and you can take that back to Project 61, and you could say, okay, this is stuff that we see that is good. This is some of the stuff that we see that is bad. And we can go around and talk to the drivers that are parked at some of these truck stops.
I love it. We can make some content around it too. That's awesome.
Go ahead, Gary.
You have a double bunk cab, correct? You and Miles?
Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
there you go.
You'd have to, share a space with me in my lab, but
That's okay. That's okay.
He said lab, like labradoodle or labradoodle?
Just a regular lab.
Just a lab, not lap.
Yeah.
Just make
No. You already tried to get me in trouble, Paul. Paul, you had some questions that we were talking about. You want to ask any of those to Dr. Mark?
I know how to fix the loneliness though. Jason's gonna love this. It's called a CB radio. Turn it on.
Oh, jeez.
Talk to people. No, just kidding. Anyways.
Hang on. Let's see if there's. Go ahead.
What I'll say is the early on, so the first group that I ever coached in the trucking industry, when I met them through these Facebook groups that I did, and they had something they called it the RDC. The Redneck Diesel Club is what they called it, and it was a Discord group. Do you guys know what Discord is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So it was like
ouch.
No, wait, sorry, I just glitched out. Regardless, a Discord group, and what they did is they jumped in the chat and they were just talking through their headset all day. And so I still believe I am the only physical therapist in the world that between patients, I was in a Discord group with a bunch of truck drivers, like driving all across North America. And I'm just like talking to them and just like getting to know what's going on in their head and what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. But I thought that was a really cool experience. And they had like a great community of, I think they had like maybe 75, 100 drivers that like were in it. And so whatever, they all popped in whenever they wanted to.
That's cool. See, told you, CB.
There you go.
Anyways, no.
Hey, Paul. Here's what I say to your comment. Go ahead and ask. Go ahead and ask your question, Paul.
Dang it. Wait, what was I gonna say? Shoot, I had so many things, and then somebody up above me was talking too much.
I have a question for Dr. Mark.
Go ahead.
Or actually, it's more for the host, which is JJ. But if let's say Dr. Mark agrees to this challenge, 7-day challenge, to go out and break bush transfer. Matter of fact, it'd be really cool if he could go to Chattanooga, Tennessee, or Arlington, Virginia. That'd be really cool. That's one of the main challenges I have for him. But let's say, would you treat it like a boot camp? Would you make him do everything, like fuel up and just do all the dirty work?
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean,
Scrub the windows.
Right?
Window washer.
Gotta get those bugs off that windshield.
That's right. I mean, I am a certified trainer at Breakbush, so you know.
I think he needs a 2-week trip. 11 days. So it's start out in Wisconsin. You got to stop in Salt Lake. You know, we got to do our drone adventure. You know, so we got to learn how to fly drones.
This is not a vacation.
And then, well, it is. It's not a vacation. Flying drones is hard work.
It is hard work, especially when you crash them.
Yeah.
I still have a job, so we're gonna have to like split miles per, how much cents per mile that we make, so we can all pay our mortgage at the end of the day.
There you go.
Wait. But, did he say split miles? No. That's his
Okay,
little
Miles.
doggy.
It's okay. Yeah,
It's
okay.
yeah,
He's not going to split you.
You can come out, Miles.
Oh my god.
Paul, you're gonna ask him about the creatine stuff that you were talking about.
Yeah, actually, I just remembered what I was gonna say. What I've been digging in a lot of different health stuff, and plus I have ADHD, which is which is why I'm crazy. But anyway, so creatine. What have you seen all the different research that's come out for brain / body and all that stuff? Period. Because that would be
Yes.
something really good to spread to everybody, even everybody on this channel. Creatine is like, look it up. There's tons of research about it and all that stuff. So
It's really great for you. What I would say is I'm I'm a physical therapist. I'm not a medical doctor. I am not a pharmacist by any means. And so please talk to my we're gonna have to, JJ. We're gonna have to get a
disclaimer.
Not medical advice disclaimer.
Right.
But what I can say is creatine is one of the most researched supplements out there. There's a ton of benefits, not only from a standpoint of muscle growth and helping like build muscle, but also there's even more and more research coming out around the mental clarity. There you go. I love it. Mental clarity piece of it. I take it. I've been taking it for the last 10 years of my life as well, and take in the morning. Kind of two big things is if you've got any kidney issues, that's something you definitely want to talk to your doctor before doing, because it just is it puts a little bit more stress on your kidneys to go and get it through your body, not in a bad way, but if you have kidney issues, it's something you definitely want to talk through. And then also it's something where you want to stay hydrated while taking it. So if you're, going to go and take creatine, don't do the average truck driver who doesn't drink water and because you don't want to stop to pee. You definitely want to make sure you're drinking fluids, because that goes into the kidney piece of it as well.
this is one of those big things that came out, and this is very recent, where they actually did a bunch of they tested the 492 adults aged like 20 to 76. But one of these studies that I was listening to, I haven't found the exact one, but they took people's Alzheimer's and they did see an improvement with giving them creatine. So it like fed their brain and it helped.
Yeah.
So there is, yes, not medical advice. Look it up. But yeah, so that supplements in some cases are something that I never thought about in truck, and energy drinks are not supplements.
Well, and I also, on that supplement piece is like, I think a whey protein, like the protein shakes, can be an amazing way to have a easy on the go. Like you're craving something, you can grab a Snickers bar, or you can just make a shake and you'll feel full, right? It won't taste maybe as good. There's some companies that it tastes pretty good, but you'll get a chocolate or vanilla, or they've got every flavor out there in the world, but it's something that you don't have to store in your fridge. It can be powder based and be a really quick meal. You just need to add some water or some milk to it.
Now, when you were talking about, or when the app was saying, you get your fiber, I've actually been starting to have granola bars in the morning, because I used to just have nothing. It was just make my coffee and that's all I had. And now I'm getting the oatmeal and honey granola bars every morning. So that's basically my breakfast. So, is that something that you would suggest?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Eating you're eating some whole grains, and you're getting your fiber in the morning. Fiber is one of the biggest things that reduces the likelihood of cancer, because basically it helps you go number 2 more, and it flushes a bunch of stuff out, and it doesn't cause things to get caught up in your digestive system, which can lead to cancer down the line. And so, especially for men, it's a really big thing. So definitely making sure you're eating your whole grains, your fruits and vegetables, so you keep things flowing.
Go ahead, Gary.
I was just curious, like if a trucker was like really enamored like cashews or something like that, could that be harmful, or would that be okay?
If he was eating a bunch of cashews?
Yes, sir.
I think that's better than drinking a bunch of Mountain Dew. Yeah, I love it. I think that's great. I think having, I'd rather have cashews in the passenger seat than a bag of Doritos that you're just mindlessly eating.
I think with
Just don't get your hand stuck in the jar.
Yeah, exactly. I think what Gary's really talking about is it safe to eat cashews while driving down the road in a truck?
Yeah, that's the trainer over here. I don't talk. I'm not a safety expert. Okay, that's we just help them exercise when the truck's in park and eat healthier when the truck's in park.
We've got another comment. You want to talk to your doctor about any kind of supplements before you take them, specifically if you're on any kind of medication. And then they asked, and thank you, Tony, for being here. How about ivermectin?
I'm gonna have you talk to your doctor. That one is
there. You go.
That one's above my pay grade.
Yes. So the other question that I was going to ask you, and I know that we're reaching towards the end of the program. Before I ask that question, we haven't heard anything from Dan. Dan, do you have any questions?
Well, not really. I mean, I know, like, I'm a local driver right now. I've done a little bit over the road, and I've done regional. I know when I was going back, I used to drive Denver and back twice a week, and so there was times that I was bragging to my wife that I think I was eating better on the road than I was eating. I was stopping. I was cooking. I'd stop. I timed it so that I could cook my chicken, my potatoes, and everything else. I had a little cooker, lunchbox cooker, and I could cook. I was eating pretty healthy. I was eating a lot healthier than when I first started. I wasn't eating healthy. I was eating just junk. But I mean, I think healthy, or if you can eat healthier, it's better. One question I do have though, actually,
go for it.
He was talking about sending trainers to the truck stop and finding something healthy. Did any of them find anything healthy? And if so, what was it?
Yeah,
of course. Well, no, I mean, every single truck stop has fruit. I know I know the biggest fruit and vegetables. I know the biggest thing is it's expensive. I get it, right? Every single truck stop has a whole aisle of protein bars and other snacks there. They've got tons of mixed nuts and, pecans, cashews, all these other things. They've got tons of 0-calorie beverages, right? Instead of grabbing the soda, you can grab something that has 0 sugar in it. That's amazing. They've got a bunch of whole grain options, even like some of the popcorn options that are, not having, you can eat popcorn if it's not like movie theater where like it comes out soft because of all the butter on it. You eat the one that's they just add some sea salt, and it's got great amount of fiber in it, and it's a good snack, right? So we've got a whole truck stop guide on our app. You can go look at it, and we're going to be pushing that out more. And so there's tons of options, and I think it's more so of like, one of the things I recognized when I did my ride along, and I'm hoping to get more insight here when JJ and I go out and do this week-long or 3-year-long, however long I need to do thumbs up for the truckers. But what I recognize is like the average driver, when they go to the truck stop, is not like strolling in, looking down every single aisle, reading the nutrition label, and just like having a, la time, just being able to go down. They go in, they sprint, they pee, they go grab whatever's fastest that they know, and then they buy it and they jump back in the truck and get going so they can keep driving, right? And so part of the battle is like, how do we educate drivers? Because going down aisle 3 and grabbing the protein bar takes no extra time than going down aisle 4 and grabbing the Snickers bar. But if drivers don't know about the protein bar, don't know about these other options, then they're just going to keep habitually running in and grabbing whatever they've been eating for the last 30 years.
Go ahead, Gary.
I was just going to tell the honorable doctor that I know a guy that boondocks at a truck stop in Milton, Florida. So if you need somebody to go in there and film like options, I know I can get clearance for that. I mean, like I'm saying, I could do it for somebody else, but
okay,
I have a friend.
You gotta
But seriously, I'm dead serious. If you need somebody to like film inside a typical small town truck stop, I can do it for you.
too.
Paul, you were going to say something.
Yeah. So one thing I was thinking about, and this is like, I don't know, Jason's got one of those cool union jobs where he can like take breaks every 2 hours and, you know, gets paid union money and all this other stuff. So he doesn't know this anymore. He probably forgot about it. But there's this thing called hurry up and wait. Everything is hurry up, get to the next place, hurry up, deliver, to hurry up to get to the next place, to hurry up to get to the next place. So you got to hurry up so you can hurry up and take a nap and sleep, and so you can hurry up and eat so you can hurry up and go. That's like, I swear, that is like trucking 101 right there. And the only way you're going to change that, is the companies have to like somehow slow that down and help that process like not be like that anymore, because it's basically we're chasing the money and we chase it because, and that's like number one. So for me, it's like, it's always been, well, I've been lazy, but that's what ends up happening. It's like you just chase, and it's all about chasing that money. So talking with
a couple of things off that, because I've got some, I've got a little opinion. Number one is, I think I'd be a little wealthier if I figured out the supply chain efficiency, our operational efficiency problem in the United States. That's a pretty big problem. I don't know if it's going to come from this podcast, but maybe we can solve it. Who knows? But yes, I agree that, from a top-down perspective, it definitely makes the life of a truck driver more challenging. And the story that I always, the story that I always say is one of the drivers early on in Off Shift, and that actually ended up, my company Off Shift is the app, and we were acquired by Project 61 a few months ago. And so when we were starting Off Shift, one of the first drivers, her name's Blake, and she would tell me, and we'd get on these calls, and she'd talk about how she'd go out, she'd go for 2 weeks. She was out for 2 weeks and home, and she would be great the first couple of days. And then she would get to a customer and then get hit with an 8-hour delay. And she was hurrying there, and then she just sat there and waited. And now she's still got time on her clock. So now she's all driving all funky hours, and now she can't catch her breath because her sleep's all messed up. Her hours of driving are all messed up, but she can't, she wants to make as much money as possible, right? So she needs to go and fill those hours up, and she can't catch up. And the phrase she used was she was stuck in survival mode. And she would be in survival mode until she got home for her, reset. And then by the time she caught her breath, she was going back out again. And that's a really big challenge. And I think it's something that I'm still trying to figure out. And, I think part of that, is having teaching drivers to have grace for themselves and not be their worst enemy when that happens, because life can hit you in the face, and there's some things that are, outside of your control, and you just got to do the best you can in that moment and realize something is always going to be better than nothing. And just because you get hit by that doesn't mean, all right, screw it, let me get a King candy bar, every time I stop, and I'm going to just kind of go to town.
Yeah. Chips and soda was my travel drip.
Chips and soda.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've got a couple more comments here. Meal prep at times is the best to eat healthy. And then another one from Tony. I like the chocolate mushroom bars with mad honey. So it's a couple of options. There's just one, and we're getting to the hour mark here, guys. And there is one question that I did want to ask Mark real quick, because there's a lot of trucking companies out there that sadly don't pay their drivers what they're worth. And they don't have the type of money that comes with eating a healthy lifestyle. They may choose the sodas because you can get 2 for $4, or you can get one small bottled water for like $3, something that's good, or even a fountain drink for 99 cents, the super large fountain drinks. I've been there. I've lived that life, and it's not a fun life to live. But some of these guys are put into a position to where they're forced to go the more unhealthy route. One thing that was brought up in the conference is possibly looking at starting like a Project 61 corner of a truck stop, where you could get healthy options and maybe have the truck stop bring down the price on that. Have you looked any further into that?
We're talking to some companies, truck stops. It kind of goes back to that whole drivers sprint in, pee, and then grab whatever's on the end cap and then run out, right? Because they just need to do it as fast as possible. And so what we want to do is we want to work with the truck stops and say, let's build a Project 61 section. And we can point drivers to say, hey, go grab anything in that section. It's going to be the healthiest option. Just grab, run, and go, and you don't have to think about it. And so if any truck stops are listening or anyone's got connections to a truck stop and want to, help filter that, let's do it. I would love that. And, the piece of what you mentioned there, and I don't know if we have I don't have a hard stop, but I want to respect your audience as well and everyone here is the thing off of what you said about not having the money, twofold. One being, what I would really focus on is every driver, every human has the ability to take ownership of their situation and be able to say, all right, here are the cards I have dealt, and I'm going to do as much as I possibly can with this. And what you can do is, even if you're getting the 99-cent fountain drink, instead of going and get the Coke that has 40 something grams of sugar in every 12 ounces, you can get the Coke Zero. And that is a small swap that cuts out hundreds of grams of sugar and hundreds of calories that build up day after day after day. That doesn't cost you anything extra, but it's just having the in the forefront of your mind. And I understand, and I kind of think about it as the hierarchy of need, right? And it also, Paul, comes up to the point of like the operational piece of it is like, if drivers don't have the mental bandwidth on a day-to-day basis, if they're in survival mode, they're like rushing and then getting blocked and they just like don't have time, or they don't financially have the ability to move up to the next level of the hierarchy of need to like put their health in the forefront. It's really, really challenging. And so I have a ton of grace. I have a ton of like respect for drivers and trying to figure out how can we meet them where they're at and make it as easy as humanly possible for them to be as healthy as possible out on the road. And, an easy, one of the reasons why we give away our program completely for free is to cut down that barrier. We don't want to have to make it a paywall. Everything's available completely for free for drivers if you're working with Project 61, and it's going to be that way forever.
I just want to tell everybody to go over there to project-61.org. That's project.61.org. Or just go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and download OffShift and sign up for an account. Whether you're a driver, whether you're not a driver, if you just want to live healthier, it's a great program. I'm using it. Brian has already downloaded it, and I'm sure that he will be using it. And I hope all of you that have been watching today and watching on the replay will actually download it and use it. And join a team. If you don't have a team, give me an email, jason@jjdrones360.com. I'll get with Mark and we'll set you up with a team so that you can compete with other people, because sometimes just a little bit of competition will drive you to do better. But Mark, I want to thank you for being here, for giving us the full hour of your time, and I hope that you'll come back, because you have been a fantastic guest, and I'm sure that there's other questions that people may have somewhere down the line after watching this on the replay. But before we go, we have to do like we always do at the end of the program. We need our winner for this week's Blinker Flu of the Week. Dan, do you have the results? If you're there,
I
you
do.
go.
I do. I got them.
Okay.
It's a close
This
call.
week's
This
week's Blinker Flu of the Week is
cream cheese smoke. What's that? One.
number one. Hashtag I can peel. Hashtag I can peel. And there's one other thing that. What the heck? Paul, you gave me the wrong link.
Oh, you want that one? Oh, that was something else.
Yeah.
1 second. Here, it's right here. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I didn't think you were gonna play it. Here, this is it. Oops. Copy.
Yeah.
Paste.
This is a professional show, Paul.
There. Now you got it. Hey, Mark, click your LinkedIn. I'm assuming you use it, right? That's
Of course.
Me.
Oh, awesome.
I have some ideas I'll send you.
Yes, please.
Especially I got a cool video one that I think would be good. Did it work?
All right. So here is Mark, you got to know that the Johnson juice, it's special.
It's special.
Hey, y'all. That's right. I'm in Texas now. No, just kidding. Anyways, it's Christmas time over there. And I have my favorite friend, the waffle maker. But I have a problem. I'm out of juice, man. I need help. I'm out of juice. And I dared to go buy from HEB some original waffle stuff. No high fructose corn syrup. Great. But see if I can get this to zoom. Or not to zoom. Whatever.
Focus.
Bioengineered food in syrup. So this is going into the garbage. Johnson Juice, calling you out. I need more juice. Help.
Johnson juice, you cannot replace Johnson juice. It is 100% maple syrup made from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. No sugars added whatsoever.
That's awesome.
So, Mark, again, thank you so much. If you would just stick around, I'm going to close out the show and we'll do our goodbyes on the other side. Just want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. If you have any questions, just email me, Jason at jjdrones360.com. And again, I want to thank everybody that donated to the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity this year. You can still donate by using the QR code that's in the upper right-hand corner. From now up until Giving Tuesday, Mission Barbecue is going to be doubling your donation. So if you use that QR code that's on the upper right-hand corner of your screen, it'll bring you to the Wreaths Across America website that belongs to the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity, and you will get double the impact for your donation. So at $17, we'll give you 2 wreaths instead of just 1. And again, we were able to donate, let me get this right, $4,437, which is 313 wreaths that are going to be going into the Chattanooga National Cemetery. I want to thank Mark. I want to thank the panel. And remember, everybody, every road leads to a new story. Keep running yours. We'll see you on the next live stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here. God bless.